Hello everyone, this is Peter's Trainz, and today I'll be taking a look at the new Lionel 2020 Volume 2 catalog. I'll be sharing my thoughts and personal highlights about it, so let's get started. Here we have the table of contents on the left, and the message on the right with beautiful pictures. This is their 120th anniversary. Here we have the timeline leading from 1900 to today. You have the gold 700E here. I have one of those engines. Here are the O-scale products as we have the genset. We have a genset here, as you can see the nice beautiful yellow Bethlehem. Here are the O-scale products, and you can see there's a genset right here. Here we go. Pennsylvania S1 duplexes. There are 4 liveries you can choose from. Pennsylvania 6100 in the American Railroad paint scheme as the use for the World's Fair. Then there's the Pennsylvania 6100 in the as-built paint scheme. Here's the locomotive in the calendar design, which has the nice wing logo on it. And finally we have the Tuscan red one, which is inspired by the Fleet of Modernism paint scheme. Looks nice. I don't plan on getting any of these, most likely because after hearing what Eric Siegel said about his when he was selling it, he said it had a lot of problems along the curves. Like it really needed wide curves to run on it. So I've actually become hesitant on that engine since, especially when Eric Siegel has the MTH version, or used to. If I were to pick one, I'd pick the calendar design. It has a nice wing logo on the front. Here's the South Wind. This is such a great paint scheme for these passenger cars. So I'll be getting the 4-pack, the 2-pack in the Pennsylvania scheme, the dining car, and maybe the baggage car and RPO car, as you see here on the left and right. Not sure yet. I don't plan on getting more after that since it might be too expensive. I don't plan on getting the other two, most likely because that'll end up getting expensive and only have so much money. So definitely going to get the 4-pack, the 2-pack, the dining car, and that's about it. And maybe the baggage and RPO cars. Here we have the 46010 wheelers. They finally brought it back with whistle steam. I'll be getting the Blue Mountain Reading, or Reading and Northern, for 225. I'm sorry. This one's not in operation, but hopefully it'll be restored one day. You also have a Rutland, Sioux Line, Southern, Texas and Pacific, that's also operational. New York Central. I plan on getting the 2014 version of the NYC version. And here's the Canadian Pacific on the left, right above it. What's cool about the Canadian Pacific one is that it has the magnetic nameplate for different road names that ever operated on tours, the rail tours. And then there's Boston and Maine, which looks very similar to the Canadian Pacific one. So yeah, I'll be getting the Reading and Northern version. Here we have the Y3s. They have 3 Norfolk and Western ones, number 2021, 2050, 2020, which is in an early scheme. Then we have Baltimore and Ohio, 7150, Santa Fe 1796. And these also came back with whistle steam, as you can see. It's really cool they finally put whistle steam in this engine. So I'll be looking to getting the 2050, since I'm a huge fan of preserved steam locomotives. I have quite a lot of them already, so this one will make a good addition to my preserved steam roster. More Y3s. You have the Clinchfield 730, Rio Grande 3554, Northern Pacific 4501. Looks cool. Pennsylvania 377, the HH1, Union Pacific. And then there's Virginian, which is another early scheme. And here we have the USRA Light Mikados. These are back, and now they have Bluetooth. Atlantic Coastline, Grand Trunk Western, 4070. Atlantic Coastline is 823. Georgia number 300, which kind of reminds me of Ben Neal's model, but a different road number. Lehigh and Hudson River, number 83. Monon, number 554. Frisco, 4003. Southern 4501. And Wabash, 2202. The Southern 4501 looks really nice. I'm a fan of the locomotive, so I'll be getting this one. Maybe the 4070. Don't know yet. I just hope these locomotives have the road name specific details, like the Southern 4501 with the correct headlight and the handrails on the front. And hopefully the Frisco one would have the doghouse on the tender. That would look cool. Moving on to diesel locomotives. Here are the E7s. You got Atlantic Coastline. These also have Super Base E7B units, which are really cool. Here's a Union Pacific City of Los Angeles. And it's cool how they configured it in an ABB configuration, whereas this one is an ABA. Here we have more E7s, Pennsylvania. They also got 2 B units. One is going to be offered for the E8 units, like in the last catalog. 2 New York Central paint schemes. One is black and a reverse lightning stripe. So I'd like to get this one here. It's really cool how they did the lightning stripe. Interesting colors, how they reversed it. I don't want to forget the B unit either. The Southwestern Limited. Most likely not, because it's going to be pretty expensive, and I'd probably have other things I want to spend my money on. Probably not going to get this, most likely because it's just going to end up being expensive. And I have a bunch of New York Central passenger cars already. The 20th Century Limited 1938 set and the heavyweight passenger cars, both by MTH. However, I might consider this baggage car, though. It's neat. It's got the green coloring, which matches my other heavyweight passenger cars. And they brought back the Vision Line baggage car, which I have already, and I also have the Vision Line Niagara to go with it. More E7s, Rock Island, Southern Pacific, in Golden State livery. And then there's the Southern Pacific Fictional Lark livery. They should also do a daylight one as well one day. Maybe Mr. Muffin's Trainz will do it. Golden State passenger cars from the last catalog. Lark from the last catalog. I won't be getting either one of those passenger cars. Like I said, it's expensive. Golden State passenger cars from the last catalog. Southern Pacific Lark from the last catalog. Don't plan on getting those passenger cars either. And here we have the genset switchers. They have a BNSF. They have Burlington. No, not Burlington. Bethlehem Steel. CSX 1300. Norfolk Southern. A fictional Pennsylvania livery. This one's also fictional here. Union Pacific. Now this is the coolest one out of all of them. The Union Pacific graffiti livery. Number 2709. I really like how they did the graffiti on this engine. Looks cool. And like they said, they also modeled the Legacy. They thought it'd be cool to add that. So yeah, I think I'll be getting the graffiti genset. This also has a plastic body and new 2 motors in it. Can't wait to see how it's going to turn out. GP7s. Santa Fe, Maine Central, Northern Pacific, Seaboard, Texas Pacific, Cotton Belt. Probably not going to get these. I don't feel a need for them. The Cotton Belt and the Maine Central look cool, though. Sharknose AA sets and Super Base B units. They got an EJ and E. I don't know what that stands for. Santa Fe War Bonnet paint scheme. Now that's a really cool paint scheme. I'd probably consider this one. Baldwin Demonstrator. So I'll probably be getting the Santa Fe one, but don't know yet. You've got a Monongahela New York Central. These paint schemes are very similar to each other. Pennsylvania and a fictional Tuscan red paint scheme. Pennsylvania single stripe in green. And a U.S. Army one. That looks very cool. Here's another shark nose locomotive, which is based off the Explorer train. This Explorer set with 3 passenger cars and 2 add-on passenger cars. GP7 sets, Pittsburgh and Lake Erie and Southern. So I think I'll be getting the Southern set. It's got a good amount of freight cars and it has a nice little caboose at the rear. Be checking those freight cars out in a minute on the next few pages. So yeah, I think I'll be getting this set. Passenger cars, B60 baggage cars, as you can see here, and Pullman pool car packages. The Pullman sleeper car pool service sets. I'll be getting the green one because it has the nice Dover Harbor paint scheme. It's the Dover Harbor that's being used in regular excursion service on the 765 and 611, so yeah, I'll be getting those. Here's a New York Central in the gray. Here we have more theater cars. They have Kansas City Southern, Santa Fe, Chicago and Northwestern, Southern Pacific, Norfolk Southern, and BNSF, William Barstow Strong. I won't be getting any of these since I already have the NS Theater car Buena Vista from 2017. The red's not exactly right, but it's okay. This one's gonna look much nicer than the last run. Maybe I might switch the shell on mine with the Tuscan red matching the passenger cars. Don't know yet. PS5 gondolas, Bessemer and Lake Erie, Bethlehem Steel, Burlington Northern, Detroit, Toledo and Ironton, Reading and Northern, and Union Pacific. I think I'm going to go with the Burlington Northern one. It's a cool paint scheme. There we have the roof hatch boxcars. So I'm thinking about getting the Central Georgia and then the Chicago Northwestern. This other one will come with the set, so I won't have to worry about it unless I want another one. They also have Monon and the Union Pacific. Like I said, I'll be getting the Central Georgia and the Chicago Northwestern. 100-ton hoppers, 2 packs. Probably not. Don't know why, but don't feel like getting them at this time. They have a cool BNLE paint scheme in the blue. The PS2 hoppers, got Ann Arbor, Texas Pacific, Monon, Pennsylvania, Western Maryland, and Central Soya. Probably not sure about this one. Maybe the Western Maryland. Bay window cabooses are back. We got a Chessie, got a Conrail, Frisco, Louisville and Nashville, New York Central, and Southern Pacific. Probably going to get the Frisco version. Looks nice. It's a really cool paint scheme there. And Standard O freight cars, which are the flat cars with stakes. Norfolk and Western, Santa Fe, Northern Pacific, Norfolk and Western, Santa Fe, Northern Pacific, Pennsylvania. Not sure yet. We have the RBL boxcars or reefers. I'm not sure exactly if they are them. Probably boxcars. Canadian National, ADM, Pennsylvania, FGE. Don't know yet. Got your NE5 cabooses here. Here's the O-gauge section. This is your features on your Lion Chief Evolution, Lion Chief Plus, and Lion Chief Plus 2.0. You got cab forwards here, $42.94, which is preserved, $42.91, $42.80 in a Russia Iron paint scheme and the Daylight paint scheme, which is numbered 4290. I do notice that the art on the tender is backwards. It's still nice looking, so hopefully they'll fix this tender issue right here. So maybe the Daylight one. Not sure yet. Here are your GP7s on the right. Chesapeake, Ohio freight set. Assorted boxcars. And there's your personalized boxcars. Some buildings. Fireworks one looks cool here. Sergeant Stumpy's red, white, and boom fireworks. It's interesting. They got smoke and firework lighting. So probably skip ahead through a lot of stuff. This catalog, not much here. We got your houses, line chief features, like American Flyer. So I'll skip over the American Flyer, or should I? I don't know. Why not? Your Baldwin switchers. I don't really collect O-scale. I collect O-scale, but I don't collect S-scale. I just don't. It's interesting, but I just don't collect it. So I think I'm going to skip over to the next sections of the catalog. Sorry if you're not seeing enough American Flyer, since I don't have any American Flyer items in my fleets, and I don't plan to, so I apologize. Your LCCA 2020 50th anniversary items, those look really cool. The Collectors Club. The boxcar here on the right looks really nice, so maybe I get that at the new Lionel train day in December. I don't know how they're going to do this with the pandemic going on, but probably online or something. Don't know what's happening yet. More control systems features, and that's the end of the catalog.